I can't believe Apple is actually doing this. We are finally about to get the MacBook Pro that we have always wanted to see. Today, I want to show you exactly what this machine looks like. I'm talking about every new feature Apple has been hiding behind closed doors. Pretty much every major part of this laptop is about to change. If you thought the M3 or M4 updates were big, you haven't seen anything yet. This is the total redesign we have been waiting for since 2021. Let's start with the way it's going to look. It is no secret that Apple is obsessed with making things thin again. We saw it first with the iPad Pro. Then they slimmed down the Apple Watch. Now, we are even getting rumors of an iPhone Air. So it only makes sense that the MacBook Pro is next. We are hearing the new MacBook Pro will have a redesigned chassis. It is going to be both lighter and thinner than the current model. Think of it as a middle ground. It will slot right between the current MacBook Pro and the ultra-slim MacBook Air. This is huge because if there is one complaint about the current Pro, it's the weight. The 16-inch model feels like a literal brick in your backpack. By slimming it down, Apple makes it portable again without losing the Pro feel. But don't worry about the ports. Apple learned their lesson years ago. They are keeping the power, but losing the bulk. In our renders, the new design looks absolutely sleek. It feels like a futuristic piece of glass and aluminum. But you don't buy a MacBook just to look at the lid. You spend all your time looking at the display. And Apple has 3 massive changes coming here that will blow your mind. First, Apple is finally moving away from mini LED. They are transitioning to a full OLED panel for the first time ever on a Mac. This is a massive deal. Compared to mini LED, OLED offers superior contrast. You get true, actual blacks. It is essentially going to be the best-looking screen Apple has ever put on any product. Plus, just like on the new iPad Pro, it is likely going to use a tandem stack design. This gives you incredible brightness. Traditionally, OLED has struggled with being bright enough for outdoor use. Apple has solved that. But somehow, OLED isn't even the most interesting part of this new display. It's the fact that for the first time in history, this is going to be a touchscreen display. No, this is not a joke. I am being dead serious. After all this time, Apple is actually putting a touchscreen on the Mac. I have to say that again because it doesn't sound real. Steve Jobs famously said touchscreens on laptops don't work. But times have changed. Interestingly, Apple is approaching this differently than the rest of the industry. They are using a special type of hinge. This hinge will make the screen move less when you touch it. No more wobbly screens while you try to click a button. Apple will probably market this as the best touchscreen experience ever, even though PCs have had it for 20 years. I'm excited, but I'm also a little skeptical. Apple will have to redesign macOS to make it work with fingers and a mouse at the same time. We don't want another touch bar situation where the feature feels half-baked. But if they pull it off, it changes everything for creators. And that leads us to the third big display change. If you look at the top of the screen, there is no longer a notch. Apple introduced the notch in 2021 and it was so controversial. Well, if you hated it, I have great news. On the next generation MacBook Pro, Apple is introducing the dynamic island. Not only will this slim down the bezels, but it makes them equal on every side. No more random black tabs sticking out at the top. It makes the display look infinite. We already saw the breadcrumbs for this in macOS Tahoe. Apple just introduced live activities for the Mac. They did the exact same thing right before the iPhone 14 Pro launched with the dynamic island. The writing is on the wall. We are 100% getting it. Now, let's talk about the camera. For way too long, MacBook cameras have been terrible. Even the most expensive models only shoot 1080p. In 2025 and 2026, that makes 0 sense. With the new redesign, we are finally expecting 4K call quality. Apple could use the 18-megapixel camera from the iPhone 17 lineup. It's thin enough to fit in the lid and the quality is incredible. Does Dynamic Island mean we get Face ID? According to the latest rumors, the answer is no. At least, not yet. Apple is still exploring how to fit Face ID into the thin Mac lid. We are hearing it is still years away. So for now, we are keeping Touch ID on the keyboard. It's a bummer, but Apple always likes to save one big feature for the next year. Let's get into the heart of the machine, the M6 Pro and M6 Max chips. I know we hear faster chip every year. But the M6 is different. These chips will be Apple's first based on a 2-nanometer architecture. This allows Apple to cram billions more transistors into the same space. We are hearing about 15% CPU gains and 30% power efficiency upgrades. That efficiency is the key. It means that even though the MacBook is getting thinner and has a smaller battery, the battery life won't drop. In fact, it will likely stay at that legendary 24-hour mark. Imagine a laptop this thin that lasts for 2 full days of work. It's unheard of. But there is a catch. Apple is likely going to tie the premium OLED display to the M6 Pro and Max chips only. If you buy the base M6 model, you might be stuck with the old mini LED panel. It's a classic Apple move to get you to spend more money. There is one more rumor that might be the best one yet. Apple is finally working on cellular connectivity for the Mac. Just like the iPad, you would be able to buy a MacBook with a 5G SIM slot. As someone who works on the go, I would pay a lot for this. No more hunting for sketchy public Wi-Fi or draining your phone battery using a hotspot. With Apple's in-house modems, the battery